Alright, so I'm about a year late on making this video, and technically, I was not planning on doing a review talking about my thoughts on Devil May Cry. Now, I had saw a trailer for it, I was like, ooh, that looks cool, that looks interesting. I did thought of doing a trailer reaction, unless someone recommended me that I do a trailer reaction. I don't know, I remember, like, hearing about it last spring. And then I checked out the show. Don't know if I checked out as soon as it dropped on Netflix, which would be April 3rd, or probably later around that week. But yeah, I was not planning on doing a review until I checked out the first season, and now I want to try to play the game. So here's my big takeaway after watching Season 1. Twice now. This is my second viewing. I've not rewatched Season 1 ever since last April until now, since Season 2 comes out in like 24 hours. Well, not 24 hours. It's going to be out around, I would say midnight, but since there's like a time difference here in Florida, it'll be out by 2 a.m. And I'm tempted on doing an all-nighter where I just binge watch the entire second season. As after this, depending if you see this later tonight or most likely tomorrow morning, I'm going to be watching Star Wars because I just finished Season 1 of Mandalorian. Well, rewatching Season 1. And I need to do my Skywalker Saga Marathon, which, worst case scenario, I might have to just do it in trilogy review, which I know some of y'all wanted me to do them separately. I wanted to do them separately, but in case if I'm not able to have these out before the movie comes out in theaters next week, yeah, I'm have to do trilogy review. But that'd be reason number one. Reason number two would be if I don't have like that much thoughts to say, which I should have tons of thoughts to say. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Who knows? We shall see. But back to topic. So after I checked out Season 1, I decided that I wanted to cover a review discussing about my thoughts on Devil May Cry Season 1 on Netflix, and I didn't get the chance to. I did make this thumbnail, which looks different because that's when I had braces last year, and I could have updated, but it's been collecting dust on my Google Photos for about a year now. But I was worried that if I didn't get the chance to make this video, that I would probably have to do like a double season review. But here I am making this video. As for my review for Season 2, that could probably be later this week. I don't know. I mean, we're getting the special presentation of The Punisher One Last Kill tomorrow, but as I looked up on Google, it might be coming out around the same time as we begin the Daredevil Born Again episodes from the past couple of Tuesdays at like 8 p.m. The point is, I'm kind of a year late on Magnus. Well, it was on my mind that I wanted to discuss about Devil May Cry once I checked out the first season, and now with Season 2 coming out, now's the perfect time to get my thoughts out the way because, oh my god, I now want to check out the games. But serious question. Is this connected with Resident Evil? Because there were some mentions about Resident Evil in like 2 different episodes. The first episode of the president mentioning something about bioweapons, which had me thinking, wait, are they talking about like bioweapons from Resident Evil? And then in the third episode when Enzo brought about the Raccoon City job, and I'm like, excuse me? I don't know. I looked this up on Google and I got this answer, which is basically no, they're not connected. I mean, I know they're both from Capcom, but call me crazy, and I strongly doubt this because I don't know the creator that is the creator of this show. But I feel like he may have done that on purpose because he might want to later on do a anime series of Resident Evil. Now, the reason I doubt that is because I think he's mostly into Devil May Cry than Resident Evil. Then again, I don't know the guy, nor do I know much about Devil May Cry or the fan base. I mean, I was watching reviews on the first season, and most people are not a fan of it, and I can understand why. Though I have seen people really dig the show, so there's like a divided fan base on the anime of Devil May Cry. But now thinking about it, I would honestly love to see an anime series of Resident Evil, which technically we kinda already do, and that would be Infinite Darkness, along with the other movies that I have yet to check out, other than Death Island, because that's the only one I've seen. But I'm talking about an anime series in this art style form. Not only that, I would like to see a crossover since they are both from the same company, Capcom. Though I'm surprised we have not gotten a live-action movie adaptation of Devil May Cry. Well, shit, now I want to see that happen. But alright, with that out of the way, hello everyone, back to another review on the channel. So yeah, Season 2 is coming out tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do a review of it whenever I check it out, which probably be either after I get off of work tomorrow, or maybe early in the morning. I don't know, we shall see. Either I edit this tonight or I edit in the morning. Who knows? Who knows what the hell I'm going to be doing? Now, normally I have notes to discuss about, but I think I know which specific topics I would like to get into for Season 1. Plus, I just finished Season 1 today, as I watched the first 2 episodes last night, and then finished the rest, this morning, and then after I got back from work, which, at first I thought there were like 10 episodes, but no, there were only 8 episodes. But yeah, as of right now, I have only seen Season 1 twice. I watched it once last year, and I have not rewatched it until recently, just now. And as I mentioned earlier, I have no idea what Devil May Cry is. All I know is that, oh, it's made by the same company that made the Resident Evil games. So I was basically a newcomer into this. As I saw a trailer for it, it caught my interest. Like, oh, this looks cool. Especially when people were, like, making a big deal about it. Like, okay, this is, like, a big deal people are talking about. Well, what's the big deal with this anime series? And once I checked it out, I was surprised how much I ended up enjoying this in the end. And I gotta say, as soon as I finished season 1, I was like praying to God that, oh man, since this is on Netflix, there's a good chance this could get canceled, because Netflix likes to cancel some of their best shows on their streaming service. But a couple days later, I don't know what day specifically, I can't recall when exactly I had watched. You know what? I'm gonna insert the date if I'm able to find it, because I know I took a photo of this, because I like this, and I hope... Okay, back to topic. After a few days later, depending when I first checked out the show, they announced that we'd be getting season 2, and I was like, oh, thank God, yes! We're actually getting a second season. But here's the best part. As of right now, and this just got announced like a couple days ago. Actually, not a couple days ago. I think literally yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't know. This was definitely recent. We're getting a third season, which... hell freaking yes! Now, I don't know what season 3 could be about, but still, let's go! So yeah, I was happy to hear that we'd be getting a second season, which comes out tomorrow, and I cannot wait to check it out. And I was hoping to get myself a Dante costume for this, but unfortunately, I couldn't. I mean, I could have, but I'm trying to save up money, so no more buying costumes for the remaining of the next few months. I'll explain why in another video, which... I'm not sure if I'll get to make. I don't know. I feel I have the need to just get something off my chest, but we shall see if I get to that or not. But hey, now knowing that we're getting a third season, oh, I'm for sure getting a Dante costume and gonna see if I could get all the Devil May Cry games, because I would like to play them for myself. Now, I should do some research on the mythology with Devil May Cry. As I mentioned earlier, I was watching season 1 reviews on YouTube, and most of it was negative reviews. Basically, fans of the game were just not digging this anime show because, I mean, yes, it's adapting the game, but not fully accurately. I mean, it's based on the games, it's just the Netflix show is doing its own thing from what I've gathered. Which, okay, I can understand the criticisms there, but since I'm not a longtime fan, I end up liking it. And I'm not the only one, because I know there's some other peeps that enjoyed this show as well. Mostly on TikTok, as I'd be seeing some TikTok ads on there. Especially this one that had been going around for the entirety of April to May, which, oh, I was obsessed with this. Probably one of my favorite trends from 2025. But yeah, this is based on the games. It's just doing its own storyline, as it's not like, oh wait, that doesn't happen in the games. Well, that's because this is not canon to the games. This is like basically as if this was taking place in an alternative universe. That's probably the best way to describe it. I don't know. Again, I'm not a longtime fan. I don't know much about Devil May Cry. But after watching season 1, yeah, I have an interest on wanting to play the games for myself. Plus, I found this shit to be freaking cool and badass. Now, I got invested with the main story of this, which would be revolving around the White Rabbit trying to open the gates to hell using 2 necklaces that Dante and Virgil had that their mother gave to them. Which, quick backstory, so Dante became an orphan as he lost his mother and brother to a demon that killed them both. Well, he had thought he lost his mother and brother, but turns out his brother's actually alive. Unfortunately, their mother's still dead, which... is not great. But yeah, these 2 gems go together and then go to their dad's sword, Sparda, I'm probably butchering the name. Both keystone necklaces go into the sword and it reveals its true form and open the gates to hell. As the White Rabbit's plan was just to open the gates to hell, just to get back at Earth, well, mostly revenge at Darkcom because of something that happened to him, which I'm gonna get to that later in a sec. And yeah, that's basically his evil plan. Just start an apocalypse of all the demons from hell invading Earth and just killing a bunch of innocent people. Which, before I discuss about my thoughts on specific characters, I want to get this right out of the way about the White Rabbit. Holy shit. Talk about a fantastic villain. Oh my god. I was wondering why was there an evil White Rabbit in the show, but once he makes his introduction in the first episode, I was not prepared for what he was bringing to the table because this was a pretty well-written villain. Possibly one of the best villains I've ever seen on screen. And that is thanks to the 6th episode, which probably is the best episode in this entire season. As not only do we get a backstory to the White Rabbit, we also get a backstory to Lady, who I'll get to in a sec. Both backstories are tragic, especially for the White Rabbit. As not only are there bad demons, there's also good demons. The good demons became his family from when he was a child up until he was probably an adult, as he was making this device to open up a portal back to the Earth realm as he was trying to get them out of hell to seek refuge, because the air over there is toxic for them. But that's where Lady and her team stumble across the demons, and it just goes to shit, basically. Therefore, why he wants to have his revenge against Darkcom, then just opening the gates of hell. The White Rabbit is an absolute menace in this season, and he's easily one of the best parts of Season 1 of Devil May Cry. Now, as for Dante and Lady, I definitely enjoyed Dante, but I hate to agree with everyone else that have said the same thing about Season 1, and that would be, he does not get plenty of screen time, because most of it is dedicated to Lady. She's got more screen time than Dante, which is crazy. But not as crazy as when Lady is just swearing nonstop for like 8 episodes straight. Actually, 7 episodes. I don't think she was in the first episode. Now, I didn't dislike Lady, but I can understand the criticisms of why not many people were a fan of her, especially when she was swearing a lot. But the pros I want to get out the way for Season 1, so I was invested with the main story. I enjoyed the animation style, especially when it came to the fight sequences, and this had a banger soundtrack. Now, I happen to just like whatever I listened to, but there were at least 2 songs I enjoyed the most in here. One would be Last Resort, which, I'm obsessed with that. I'm not as obsessed as I was with Afterlife, which, you know what? Screw it! I was obsessed with both songs equally. Alright, I should probably mention, this show is rated TVMA, as there's a lot of gore and violence in here. And there's some surprising moments here and there, like, for example, when Lady had lost her team to the demons, which, okay, I probably should have saw that coming, but didn't think it would happen so quick by, like, the 3rd or 4th episode? I think it was the 4th episode. That was pretty messed up that the White Rabbit had used stuffed animals and just butchered them the same way that her team members were killed. Such a diabolical villain. Though I probably saw this death coming a mile away, just wasn't sure that they'd go through with it, and that would be when Enzo dies, sacrificing himself to save Dante, even though it was kind of pointless. He was trying to use the big gun that Lady had, and just, well, it's a big gun with a knife, stab him in the chest, but he got stabbed by the White Rabbit that was mutated into a demon monster. But hey, he did say that he'd take a bullet or a knife for Dante. But yeah, after watching Season 1, I am interested in the mythology with Devil May Cry, especially regarding to Dante and Virgil and their dad, Sparta. As Sparta is a demon that rebelled against the species because he didn't like what they were doing, so he created a gate between hell and earth. Therefore, why the White Rabbit had the sword in the first episode and was trying to get both necklaces. Actually, he was able to get the blue necklace from Virgil. It was Dante's necklace he needed to just be able to open the gate, along with both of their blood. But I was surprised to hear a specific voice actor join the cast, and that would be Kevin Conroy, voicing the Vice President Baines. I don't know if I got his name right, but he voices the Vice President in this season. And it took me a while to realize, wait a second, why do I know that voice? That voice sounds familiar. And I was surprised to find out that Kevin Conroy was part of the show. Now, obviously, he passed away in 2022, may he rest in peace. And the show was released last year, so how the hell were they able to have him voice his lines before his passing? Well, apparently this show was in development for 7 years. Which, that is crazy to hear, damn! Is it because of the animation style? I mean, understandable if it's the animation style, but what could have taken them that long to get the show out? But yeah, I thought I'd dig his character, but ho, I started to hate his character as soon as he ordered some of his soldiers to kill the good demons. Once you meet Lady, she is full on hating every single demon, even the good ones, but once she is saved by the good ones, she then has a bit of a change of heart and is like, okay, maybe they're not all bad, but get them to safety. I owe it to them. And bro decided to ignore Lady's orders, kill them all. Oh man, that was terrible, but that's not even the worst part. The worst part was when he was able to get the White Rabbit's device that is able to open a gateway to hell. As there's basically a leak in Darkcom as he got to one of the soldiers. I forgot the character's name. He's got yellow hair and a scar on his face, thanks to the White Rabbit. His last mission for him was to destroy the device so it wouldn't fall into the wrong hands, and unfortunately, it does fall into the wrong hands, and I can't tell if he dies or not. I mean, he gets shot in the shoulder and falls into the ocean. I mean, there's a good chance he could have survived that, but he could be dead. I don't know. Back to topic. He used this device and launches missiles through the portal, killing every single innocent demon that's, like, on the good side. Oh, man, I was so pissed with how this first season had ended with Lady, capturing Dante. And I don't know if we'll ever see Sparta's sword or the necklaces again, but the ending for this season had me pissed off, mostly because of the vice president, but also what happened to Dante as he got captured because bro is too powerful since he's half demon, half human. But the season ends with Virgil freeing all the demons that were captured, and yeah, he's gonna be some sort of an antagonist in the next season, but I'm hoping he's not gonna be a full-on villain, because from what I've gathered, yeah, he may be a villain towards his little brother, but I think he's mostly good from what I've gathered. But I can't believe that they played the song of I am the storm that is approaching, because I guess that the creator added that in because he's a big nerd or something. I don't know who this person is that created this show. But yeah, that song played at the very end, and I got a bunch of TikTok ads of Virgil on my For You page around the time this first season was out. And I gotta say, I cannot wait to see Virgil in action, but also, I just cannot wait to watch season 2. So overall, I was pretty surprised how much I enjoyed this first season of Devil May Cry. And if I had to give it a rating, I would say 9 out of 10, but for right now, it's getting an 8.5 out of 10. Hopefully, I got the important shit out the way and I'm not forgetting anything else I wanted to mention about season 1. Because I didn't think I'd be making a video discussing about my thoughts on this show until I checked out and was like, oh wait, I gotta talk about this. This shit was freaking badass. But with season 3 in the works and hopefully set to come out next year, I'm definitely gonna be getting myself accustomed and gonna try to get all the games, which how many are there? 5 games? So those are just my thoughts on Devil May Cry Season 1 that is streaming on Netflix. Please let me know thoughts, comments down below if you have seen the first season or if you're a fan of the games, if you've played them. I wasn't a fan of Devil May Cry, but after watching Season 1, oh yeah, I'm into it. I now want to play the games and I want to get a costume. This shit's too cool. Like, damn, Capcom has made like 2 badass games. Resident Evil and Devil May Cry. Now, I'm more of a Resident Evil guy, but hey, Devil May Cry is pretty cool. I shall see you all again for when I discuss about my thoughts on Season 2, whether that be tomorrow or sometime later this week. As always, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.